Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Set. 230.
Stop your whining.
Back and turn.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, Park, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch gears. Alert, alert.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's the rookie from Florida Atlantic, Kareth White. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here's White. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now Roethlisberger, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Lorenzo Alexander racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
No spacing. 50. Hey! High 7, flag and turn!
Now it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
That's good for 28 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running with Elliott. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, we got to seal. We got to seal. We got to seal. Easy, easy.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Lorenzo Alexander, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger on target to Washington. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
16 more yards. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let him know.
Elliott running right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Hey, I think he's locked in.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now Ryan on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Ryan. Got an open man. It's Foster. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking downfield for a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
59, ready, 51. Hey, express. Bravo.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Got it. Hey, South. 51.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. It's complete to Jones. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Ryan now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 30.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Mark Barron.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever has trusted...
And he'll get in. Touchdown.